Hello. Hello, Jesse Draws. How's it going? How's my volume? Can you hear me? Okay, awesome. I'm doing very good, thank you. I'm doing very good. Um, I'm excited to put some new stuff in the game today. So welcome. Today we are going to be. Oh, hello, Naga. I can see you in the camera. Hello, buddy. Yeah, yeah, that's you. Hello, baby. Yeah. Today we're gonna be putting at least one new animation in, for sure, and then hopefully getting some updated normal maps so that our character is nice and well lit, and that will hopefully help the art style of the sprite kind of immerse, or sorry, to help kind of make it a little bit more coherent with the world. So I'll switch over to this. So this is what we've got so far. We've got a couple testing lights. So far in the game, if I press play, so far what we've got is something like this, and I'll full screen this guy here. So far this is what we have in the game, and you can see that the lighting on the character is pretty good. We still don't have a name for him yet, but the lighting on the character is pretty good, and we're hoping that this is the current animation that we have too, the walking animation, but we have a run animation that we're going to put in, and I'm also hoping that after that we're going to see if we can play around in Photoshop a bit and maybe get the normal maps so that the lighting around the outfit, especially like around this part here where it transitions to the shorts, will be a little bit more natural, is what we're hoping. And potentially hoping to use Photoshop AI to develop that for us, rather than relying on hand painting or other kind of like algorithms that aren't quite as effective at identifying what's in the picture. So first things first, though, let's get new the new animation in. So we want char walk cycle. So let's do a new one here. Run cycle. Okay, and we need to get our... Here, 1 second, because I don't want all of our files right in here. Let's import this. Where did I put this? So I know that I have some pictures for our project here. Saved picture, Sleepy Pier. There we go. Largest supported texture. Uh-oh. Oh no, Jesse, we might have a problem with the animation. Maybe I think I need to split up the project. Attempting to import. Do I want it to be a texture? I don't know if I want it to be a texture necessarily. You know what? Yeah, I'll just split it up on. Oh, that's all good. I mean, I didn't really know that that was gonna be a thing. And Jesse, maybe if you're watching, you can streamline me getting through this. Is that how big this thing is? Didn't think that would be that big a deal, honestly. Okay. Not now. We're going to try and use generative AI later. We'll see. Oop. Okay, so 1, 2, 3. Was it the height? I think it was the width that was the main. Oh, no, but we need to do it in order, though, don't we? Okay. Largest that's supported is 16,000 by 16,000. And how big is this? Canvas size 18,000 by 11,000. Okay, how do we want to set this up? I guess like realistically just break it into the 3E. Oh no, but it's I guess 3 rows it might be the easiest, but at the same time, so we've got our animation here. What was the problem again? Let's do that again. Import char run. No, that's okay, honestly. 20,000 by 12,000. I think it's okay because I like the resolution that we have so far anyway. It's only 2,000 pixels too wide. That's true. Well, here, let me, because I like the resolution that we have, and I wouldn't want to like reduce it and throw off that there. Do you know how? Just adjust the space. Oh, just adjust the space between the frames. Oh, okay, okay. Is that something you'd be able to do pretty easily? Do you think? Do you have the what you need with you to do that? If not, it's totally fine. Yeah. I mean, at the same time, like, would there be enough space between all of them, do you think? For them to still be centered? You think so? It's actually like 3,000 some. Because I think the max that they import is like 16,600 or it's 100 something. So honestly, I feel like it might just be easier just to break it up. Okay. Well, here actually, I'll show you the dimensions that it's limited to again. Yeah. Wait, import? Did I do the right thing? Dismiss. Import. Yes. Attempting to import 20,000 by 12,000 texture. Yeah, I was going to say, I might just be able to break it up into twos. I'm just curious to see what this looks like here. Is that going to be like really bad? Is the compression really bad? You know what? Actually, that's not even bad. There's a little bit of compression around the fringes, but maybe for now that might actually, at least just to kind of well, the sprite size. Oh, that's true, isn't it? No, that's a good question, honestly. That is a good question, is if this ends up being a different resolution. I can potentially try and see. I think actually I can change the sprite size of individual flip books. So I should be able to keep it consistent there. Yeah, that's not too bad. I think maybe we'll try this. See how it is. Yeah, you know what? I could use the individual files. That's true, actually. I could use the individual files if you like. If you have them and you're able to upload each of them, I could just import the individual frames, as long as they're on like the same size grid and whatnot. Then yeah, that would be super doable. Okay, yeah, that sounds good. I'll do it this way, at least as like a temporary temporary thing. So let's apply. So we've got our image here. So basically, so far, this is basically just still a PNG. Still says that the dimensions are 20,000 by 12,000, which is interesting. I'm not really sure why. You know what? I wonder if because I'm going to split it up, I wonder if that's actually not going to be as much of an issue now with if it's not going to be as much of an issue. Whoops. Trying to move my stuff around here. No. Because it might just be that, like, if I wanted to apply this as a texture to something, it might not like that. But otherwise, it's probably fine. Okay, we'll try it and see. Okay, so we have to sprite actions, apply paper 2D texture settings. Perfect. Beautiful. And actually, let's see if that changed the look of it. I'm curious now. Did that make it that much nicer to look at? Did that maybe... Yeah, pretty much cleaned up the fringing there. So maybe this will be fine, actually. Maybe it's just if this is applied as one image, it'll be too much. Okay. Sprite actions, extract sprites. So now it's going to auto-detect all these, which if one day this is a practical thing that works, it'd be awesome. But I'm basically just going to set it up so that it extracts all the sprites on a grid instead. Yeah, see, it doesn't do a great job. Why is this so... What? What's going on here? Is this the problem? Am I running into the problem now? Of why this is so big here? Grid. Whoa. What the heck? Okay. So let's try. We'll figure it out though. Let's see, 20,000. Let's see if this is just gonna glitch and not work. I'll start splitting them up. And this is cell width 1, 2, 3, 4. So 5,000. 5,000 divided by 12,000 divided by 3 by 4,000. So this is going to give us like these 4 sprites all clumped together like this. We'll see. This might be it kind of glitching out and not working properly. We'll see. If we can't keep track of this many. Maybe this is it trying to work with a texture that's too big. Maybe that's now what we're running into. Oh, no, it got it. Right? Looks good. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, great. So maybe, yeah. maybe the it still works, but maybe it just was the preview just wasn't great. So I guess we'll just have to keep track of that. Okay, awesome. So now we get to do the very fun, most satisfying thing, which is just to create flipbook right here. So let's say, yeah, char run. Oh no, say, right, FB. I'm reminding myself of the naming conventions that I've used. FB for flipbook, char run. Hey, look at that. Cute. Okay, that seems a little, well, it's not too bad actually. Huh. That actually looks pretty good for frame rate. Let's try 12 just for, no, that's too slow, I think. I think 15 is pretty fitting. What do you think, Jesse? 15 seems pretty good. I like the way the hair's bouncing and everything. It looks great. Look at them go. I'm not sure what's going on with some of the lines around it. That's okay. Yeah, okay, good. Great. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, these are definitely kind of rough animations for now. Okay, awesome. So now the question is how we want to integrate this animation into the game. So we've got the actual animation ready to go here. But now we need to set up, we've got like the art that's with it. So now we just need to associate that, we just need to get it kind of plugged into the game's code how we want it to. So we need to decide on when we want to see this animation and when we want to see this animation and how to achieve it. So I've been kind of thinking about this and that in platformers that I've played, I feel like there's kind of like often just like a slow walk and a run. And I really hate when you have to hold down run the whole time to do it. I know that's kind of like a thing that's reminiscent of Mario, when you have to hold down run and you're just kind of constantly pressing that button, which gets very tiresome very quickly. Now, with analog sticks on controllers, we don't have to worry about it because we can just set a threshold for how far you've kind of... We can set a threshold for how far we're kind of moving the joystick. Like if it's only a little bit, it'll only do the walk, and then if it's all the way, it'll do the run. And that's pretty intuitive for people to do. Just one of the nice things about using a controller for these kinds of games. But people are going to potentially play on mouse and keyboard, or probably, and I'm also testing on mouse and keyboard. So I need to be able to set up some way that I can go from walk to run and have it be natural. So what comes to mind, so if we go to our content and if we go to our inputs, the input controller for the player, we do have an input for dash, right? When we hold down shift, which is great. We have left shift. We can dash right now, but that's kind of set up to do a bunch of different things. But we can definitely maybe just mess with that for now and say that it's just going to kind of toggle on or off if the character is walking or if they're running. And we'll just kind of say that that's what we're going to do. So we still have the input for left shift. We don't need to worry about that. What we need to do, though, is we need to go to our blueprints, characters, character base. We don't need that quite yet, actually. We're going to need it when we have the friend character in, but we need the blueprint print player new. Because our old one corrupted, which really sucked. Pardon me. So, let's bring up this. Okay, so we've got our sprite here. Our base sprite, which is just a single frame. The idle animation is set to be a frame from our walking animation. And we've got our event graph here, which is going to control all of the code that's associated with the player. And over here we have very aptly named movement and such for all these nodes that control all the different inputs and movements from the player. So let's go down here to dash. So this is what happens right now. So after the input action of dash, when that happens, we check if the character is moving on the ground first. So this is a function that's built into Unreal, which is amazing. We're checking if the character, so that's our target for this this check, is moving on the ground. And then if that is true, then we do the ground dashing function, which I have collapsed into these nodes here. And if it's false, if they're in the air, then we have the air dash functions here. And I set these up a while ago, so I'm not even sure I fully remember how these work. Let's see. The jump to node. Right. We have the handle animation nodes here. Now, if we are on the ground dashing, then we have a little bit something that happens differently than the air dash. We actually have this function where first we need to check to make sure we're not ground dashing, so we can't just spam it. And then we actually, the first thing we do rather is we have the same animation for our walking animation still, but we increase the play rate. So we increase the frames and how quickly they go by a factor of 2, which gets it to speed up to make it look like it's moving really fast. And then we set our ground dash speed and everything here. So you know what? Actually, as I'm looking at this, I don't actually necessarily want to mess with this. I don't want to mess with this, so I think I might actually just create a different input for it as I'm looking at this. Because honestly, creating an input is totally super easy to do. So we'll go back over here to the input. I forget what IMC stands for. What is it? Main controller, something like that. Master controller. Something technical. And we're going to add an actions mapping here. So this is our new input that we've had here. And this is literally just kind of a namesake keeper. Oh, right. I just realized I need to add something first. So if we go back to our files here, we go to our inputs. So this is input mapping context. So that's what IMC stands for. Go to player inputs, and we're going to create a new, under input, we're going to create a new input action, which is, this is just the namesake that's going to connect to the controller. So input action, we're going to say, toggle run, let's say. Input action, toggle run. And in this case, I think I'm just going to bind it to left control, because that kind of seems natural for me currently. And we'll figure it out for controllers later. But now we're going to go back over here to the this list of the input. Oh, I already forgot it. The input map context. And we are going to select now, under this list will be the input action of toggle run. So this is the name that we've kind of created, the variable that we've made. And then under this right here is going to be the key that we actually use to to actually activate this. So this is a very handy thing where I just can just press on the keyboard here on my screen and then press Control on my keyboard. And now it'll assign it to left control. We'll save this. And now we can close this. And now what we need to do is we need to go back to our blueprint for our character, back to the main blueprint where we've got everything going on. And we're gonna create a new event under these movement and controls, which movement and such is what that means. So we've got all kinds of stuff here. Some of this stuff I haven't actually implemented into this game yet. It's left over from courses that I took. But got regular movement. I should probably actually zoom in because that's probably hard to see on YouTube. Got regular movement. We've got jump, slide, which I don't have yet. Dash, which I just went over. And then as they start to walk off the ledge, these are events that are actually setting up reactions for the blueprint of the player. So we don't really need those right here, right now. And And this one down here is an event I can trigger just by pressing the T button, which helps me debug things and test things there in case I'm ever having trouble with code and trying to figure out what is going on with it. So we're going to put IA toggle run. I'm going to get a new node here. So on the event that we toggle run, something is going to happen from it. So now what we need to do here is we need to decide what logic the game is going to check to see if it should start to, well, basically we need to set up the logic so that we can use it to activate our animation for our new run animation. So I think, and this is something where I'm still learning what the language is of these things. So under triggered, I think is what we want. We actually want to, we're going to need to check, we're going to set up a Boolean variable, basically a true or false variable to see if the run condition is toggled or not. So we're going to create a new variable. Actually, we'll do that over here. So under variables over here, we're going to create a new one, a Boolean variable, Boolean on or off, true or false. And we're going to say is, oh, actually, you know what? I might have used this already. Is run, you know what? I'm going to say run is toggled. Oh, there we go. Run is toggled. So if run is toggled is true, that means that, well, it means that I should have pressed control and that it should be running. And if it's false, we'll set it up so that it will just be the walk animation while they're moving. And this here, we're going to go ahead and group this into, I think, basic locomotion right away. So basic locomotion, run is toggled. So that helps keep it organized because we get a lot of variables going on in here that it will make it confusing if we lose track of it. So the first thing we want to do is check and see if run is toggled or not, because we don't want it to do anything. We want to decide what it's going to do depending on the state of run is toggled. So we're going to go ahead and press control and bring this out. And we're going to check we're going to have a branch here. So this branch, this is kind of a junction point in the code. Boop. That will check the condition of the run is toggled. Run is toggled thing here. So we've got true and false from there. So from here, we want to go over to true. And if run is toggled is true, then the first thing we actually want to do is set it back to false. So basically, because we want the control button to turn something on and off, whatever it is here. So as it's checking if run is toggled. If it's true, we want to set that back to false. And if it's false, we want to set it back to true, because we want this to be something that the player can switch on and off very easily. So we're going to go over here and drag this out again. Boop. And drag this out again. So this is setting the state of our variable so far. So if run is toggled is true, if it is true, we want to set it to false. And if it is false, we want to set it back to true. So that's the first thing it does. So it checks it, it sets it to the appropriate state, and now we can start having it actually, interact with our animation logic and stuff like that. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just make some more space for myself here. Boop, whoop, and bring this down a little bit, because I think this is going to get, probably won't be too bad, but I think it's, oh, you know what, actually? Run is toggled. Just thinking this through here. I think all we need to do here is set the move speed. I think. Set the move speed, I think, should, because we want the animation and the speed of the animation and how the character looks, how far forward the character is leaning to match how fast it's going. So I think right here, I think the first thing we want to do is set the move speed. Did I say set the mood? That's funny. I might have said set the mood. We want to set the mood for if it's running or walking. And that needs to be very clear for the player. Okay, well, I think it would have been very fitting regardless, for sure. So run is toggled is false. Set it back to false. Oh my goodness. Okay. My brain is kind of doing some gymnastics here, because now, because whatever it is set to, we need to make sure that the whatchamacallit lines up here. So base move speed, base height. Have I done ground? Oh, you know what? Ground dashing. Here we go. Ground dash speed. No, actually, we don't want that. That's something else. Run play rate, ground dash duration. We don't need to worry about it. Okay. So we're going to say that the base move speed is going to be the walking speed. So let's say that, let's go look at our camera right now. And go to our game, sorry. And how does this speed feel? Even to you, Jesse. How does the speed feel in terms of how quickly the character is moving as it walks? Does it seem like it's a little bit too fast? It seems like it might be a little bit too fast for me. And also, I'm going to go ahead and turn the light back on in the world here. Lighting. Oh, no, I need a camera. I need to adjust the camera. Yeah, just a tad too fast. Okay, great. Yeah, you know what? We'll worry about the lighting later. So basically, we know that our base move speed, if that's going to be with walking, is a little bit too fast. So let's go ahead and... Oh, yeah, where do I set that? Save base move speed. Right, character movement. Okay, so max walk speed. Do I have this saved somewhere? No, it doesn't look like it. Okay. Oh, right. Max walk speed is something that's saved in the engine. That's why. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go to character movement right here. So these are all the components that make up the character here, character movement. And we're going to change the very base max walk speed, so which I have at 1,000 centimeters per second, or a meter per second. So let's lower that to, I don't know, 750. Let's see what that looks like here. I think that's better, honestly. That's quite a lot better. Here, I need to actually adjust the camera exposure because it's kind of hard to see it right now. So let's try that. Yeah, okay, great. I'm glad that it feels better as well. Camera. I think it's auto exposure. Auto. Manual. Or metering. Don't need to worry about exposure compensation. We can change that later. Okay, this should change it back, I think. Oh, this is just... Ah. Oh, you know what? I must have lowered the lights super, super low here. Directional light? Is this what I want to change? Or skylight? Probably directional light. Boop. Okay, there we go. That's a little bit more normal for the character. Yeah, that does, I think, feel quite a lot better, actually. That makes a lot more sense for the context of the setting. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was super duper hustling. And yeah, just got to go find... so you can see the lighting goes away because I haven't put the normal map on all the sprites. But yeah, I think that looks really good. Okay, cool. So we've got our base move speed set up, our walk speed, I should say. So max walk speed. So this max walk speed here is saved as kind of like a part of the engine here. It's not necessarily like a variable that you can change in the blueprints here, or you kind of can, but not really, or not in the same way. So we've got the save base move speed here, and this base move speed is, I believe, what the movement function is referencing the whole time, is checking to see what is its base move speed, because that's going to determine how fast it's going to walk. So I think that should be movement input. Oh boy, am I gonna remember where this is? Update rotation. No, hold on. Do I remember? Update camera position. Let's check. Here, you know what we can do? We can search for it. Where does it reference base move speed? Base move speed. Save base move speed. Get base move speed. Ground dashing. Get base move speed. No. 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 Oh, right. I'm remembering how this works now. So the base move speed is set. Oh, wait, no. The base move speed sets the walk speed? Is that right? Yeah, the base move speed, right? So because you want to change the max walk speed depending on what you're doing. So I have that saved. Okay, it's all coming back to me now. So let's go back to our. We don't need this anymore. We don't really need this either. Let's go back to our thing here. So what we're going to actually now do is we're going to create a new variable that is going to be that's going to be our run speed. So we'll call it base run speed. base run speed. Yeah, that sounds right? That sounds pretty good. Hopefully it makes sense for me. I'm really kind of makes the most, it's the most important thing that it makes sense to me. So we got base run speed. We're going to put that in basic locomotion as well. And I just realized I don't need underscores on my variables. So I'm going to do that because it cleans it up a little bit. So we got base run speed. Okay, so now run is toggled is off here. So we want to, so now we need to decide, we need to basically make it set it up so that the speed that the character moves is going to be relevant to what the state of the run is toggled variable is. So if run is toggled variable is false, it means it's not running. So it means it's our base move speed, our walking speed. So we're going to get our base move speed here, which we've saved earlier. Our base move speed, and we're actually going to, we need to get a reference to our character movement. We're going to set max walk speed. So we're going to set the max walk speed to our walking speed. We're going to make sure that we're moving at the rate that we want to here. So base move speed, boop. So that base move speed is whatever I just set it to, 750. And this is our walking speed. When run is toggled is off, that means it's walking. That's its walking speed. So now we need to set up the exact same thing. We'll just copy and paste this. Whoops. We'll copy and paste this to here, except now we don't want it to be the base move speed. We want it to be our base run speed right here. So we want it to be our base run speed, which I don't think I've actually set yet. So run speed, you know what, just for funsies, let's put this at like, I don't know, 3,000. Just to basically have a super fast run speed that should make it super obvious that our character is now running. So let's go to here. So I should get rid of this print string. You know what? Hold on 1 second. This is making it confusing. Where do I have a print string that's still functional? Print string. Where are you? Wall jump is locked. Okay, we're going to disconnect this for now. And we'll come back to that another time. Okay. Compile. Press play. All right. So now, then we clean that up. We got this set here. So I'm walking at my normal speed, at my base walking speed, which looks a lot better. And now when I press Control, it should go like super duper fast. So we're going to press Control right now. Uh-oh. What's going on here? Uh-oh. See? This is why we test. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, wait, no, it is toggling. Why is it doing that weird animation? Okay, so that's its run speed here. You know what? There's something wrong with the... It's got to be like a transition animation thing. So you can see I'm going super fast right now. And then when I press Control... Wait. Uh-oh. Oh, no. There we go. That was weird. Okay, so I'm going slowly, walking. Normal walking speed. We're taking in a cinematic or something. And now I'm going to press Control. Why is that not working? Oh, is it something to do with I'm... Oh, you know what it is? I think Control is bound to my ground slide thing from before. That thing that I said that I didn't have. I bet you that's what it is. IA slide. Hold on. Is that what it is? I bet you that's what it is. Okay, IMC player. So this is the input for the slide right here. What is it set to? It's set to left control and C. So we're going to delete that left control one because we don't want that to be there anymore. So that's what it was doing. It was doing a weird, it was doing an animation in a function that it didn't know what to do with. It didn't have anything, it wasn't set up properly. So let's try that again. So we're walking normally. I press control. Uh-oh. Now, do I understand why it's taking a while? Because I'm pressing control now. Not changing. I'm pressing control now. And it changes. So I'm going quite fast. But I press control now. Whoops. I press shift as well. That doesn't help. And it changes right away. I press control again. Doesn't change. Press control again. It does change. Okay. Got our lighting issues behind us still. Press control again, it stops. Press control again, it goes. Press control again, it stops. Press control again, it goes. Oh, okay, well, you know what? Maybe it's just my keyboard. Wait. Now, why isn't it stopping? Is this like a thing where it needs to have like a delay or something like that? So let's go back to our thing here. Event occurred. May also occur this frame. Oh, okay. Maybe this is what it is that it has something to do with this. Okay, we're going to try this. Started. Again, I don't really quite understand the logic of how triggered versus started versus ongoing works here. Let's try this. Oh, whoops. Okay. We should be walking. We're running. We're walking. We're running. We're walking. We're running. We're walking. Running. Walking. Running. Walking. Running. Walking. Running. Walking. Running. Perfect. Okay. So yeah, it was something to do with that, where I think that because of the way that I had set up the input, if I like didn't press the control button like super instantly, it like triggered it multiple times. Okay, great. I'm glad. I'm glad that made you giggle. That was a good time. So, now what we want to do is we need to actually set up. Now we've set up our logic for the actual movement in the game. Now we need to set up the logic for the animation and then actually input the animation itself. So we're almost at the end of inputting our animation here. So what do I need to do? I need to go over here. I need to go to Blueprints, Characters, Player. Char animations. Oh, this is an old folder. Okay, we gotta fix that up. I'll change that later. Animation. Okay, so ABP Player. Animation Blueprint Player. I can't remember exactly what this stands for. But this is the logic that is actually setting up our whatchamacallit, animations. This is what's actually handling all of our animations and making it so that everything is going to work properly. So what we need to do is we need to set up, so we've got our idle animation, which very fittingly is what our character does when they are idle, which currently is set to 1 frame. And now if I go over here, so if I go and I start moving, then it goes from idle to run. So what we need to do is we need to set up a new way for it to use a new run animation. And specifically, okay, I need to, how do I do this again? I need to select animation by bool. Here we go. Okay, wow, man, I am crushing it right now. Okay. Run play rate. Okay. So right now I have this node set up so that thank you very much. I appreciate that. I have this node set up so that it goes over to run, which, you know what, in this case, you know what, I'm going to rename this right away. Run/walk. That'll make it much easier to tell. So currently set up, we only the current setup we have, we only had one animation rule set for it to decide if it was idle to running. There's basically only one movement speed, except for, you know, a couple like air dashes and stuff, but that's different. So now we need to set it up so that we have two movement speeds to choose from. And we can use the same logic, which is great. We have, so these nodes here, these little kind of like exchange arrow white circle things here are the rules for when it's going to move from one animation to the other. And we basically want it to be the same set of rules, except we want it to select from. We want to have one rule within our movement section within our run/walk. So for the owning player, we want this to, from our owning player, we need to get a reference to them. We need to check. Oh wait, hold on. Oh, what do I need to do? I need to get the value of, what's it called? Get run is toggled. Here we go. Need to get run is toggled. Boop. And if it is true, okay, hold on. Here we go. Mental gymnastics here. If it is true that our run is toggled, then we want to play our new animation. So you know what, actually, before I set this up, because this is going to be confusing, before I set this up, I need to input the new animation source. So now we're actually going to, that flip book that we have, we're actually going to start putting it into the game here. So right now, we have our run animation. But this isn't our run animation anymore. This is our walk animation. So we're going to rename it to walk. And the nice thing is that this, by changing the name in here, it's going to change all the names of all the references to it in the rest of our code. So we don't need to worry about it, like, you know, messing up the rest of our logic. Now we're going to add a new new animation sequence of run. So we've got our run here, and you can see there's nothing actually in the animation viewer here. So what we're going to do is we're going to go over to animation data. We are going to look up flip book FB char run. There we go. Okay, so we've got that. Got it all set up. Hopefully it should be centered. I didn't really look too much at that. I think it should be okay. So flipbook char run. So we've got that here. So we've got our walk animation and our run animation. I can tell you right now, this thing is going to be way too big for the game, but that's okay. We can adjust it later. Let's go ahead and go back over to our logic for our animation. So now, this is gonna, oh no, I thought it changed it here. Run play rate, play, walk, whoop, play, run play, Oh, I see. Okay, great. That's no problem. Okay, play walk. Here we go. Oh no, how did I do that? Uh-oh. Do I remember this? Do I not remember how this works? Play rate. Here we go. Okay. Well, we have a way that we can decide the play rate of this, which we don't need to worry about right now. But we can maybe actually you know what? We can still set it up for our new run animation. Never mind what I said. Get rid of that. So now so we've got it set up so that if our run is toggled is false, it means we should be walking. So we're going to play the walk animation. But if it's true, I'm going to bring out another one here. We're going to play the run animation. And in this case, there's another function I have set up where if you dash on the ground, it just makes the animation move faster. So we're going to keep that in place there. And now, again, hopefully, we should have it set up so that this actually works. So we're going to hit play. Now, idle has not changed. There is no indicator if this is working yet. We know that idle has stayed the same. The idle animation, which is this one frame that's on the screen right now. The big thing that will determine this is once I start moving, I'm going to start moving left because I don't want to trigger the stuff that I have going on the right side of the screen. If I move it to the left, or whichever way, and it stays the walking animation that we expected, the one that we started with, it has worked. Okay, good start. Looks weird. I don't really know why. Maybe I had some sort of filter on the old one. I'm not sure. So we've got our walking animation is great. And now I'm going to press Control. And this guy will probably get about 4 times bigger. And it should be the run animation. And that's how we can tell if we've succeeded or not by setting up this logic. So 3, 2, 1, and run. Yeah. All right. Dun, 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 dun. That actually looks so awesome. I mean, he's really big, obviously. That's not great. But the speed that he runs actually matches the really matches the speed of the animation. We're going to have to maybe put in we'll have to change the acceleration, I think. So that, because like you can see he stops, and then to get him running takes a bit. I think really for this to be a platformer that feels good, the acceleration needs to be pretty much immediate. So we're gonna have to make sure that so that it matches up with what the player expects. But let's just really quick put this. Do I remember how to adjust the size of this guy? Yeah, exactly. A couple in betweens would be perfect, honestly, because that transition animation. Well, we'll kind of measure it later, but basically that in between animation is going to be what am I trying to say? It's only going to be a few frames anyway. And then what we'll do is this can kind of be something we can probably add almost near the end. Of when we'll want to kind of say that the demo level is done, and we can kind of really refine the animation frames to really match the exact speed that we want, exact speed that we want in the game. But yeah, so but it's actually super duper easy to put in transition animations. Actually, I'll actually show you. It's super super cool. So in this logic that controls all of the animations here, these nodes here that set up the logic between each animation, right here, there's a use transitional animation option. So it's just a simple little animation. Not simple little. It's basically just kind of another way that you can input an animation that will automatically play between going from one animation to the other, and in that order too. You can set it so that it's a specific, you can really control the animation, because obviously you don't want the exact same transition animation from when it goes from idle to moving. where they're obviously going to be leaning forward, and then you want a different animation from when it's going from run or moving to idle, which is because obviously maybe they'll want their feet skidding on the ground or something like that. But that'll be something that we can obviously decide and work with. So yeah, it's super duper easy to do that, which is in this plugin, which is great. Okay, so yeah, I need to quickly figure out how to get this guy to be the right size. Which, do I remember where he is? Run cycle. Can I shrink him here? Oh, you know what I need to... Wait, I think I need to adjust... Yes, I think I remember what I need to do. Pardon me, I think I just burped right into the mic. Gross. These guys here are right here. So I need to find the size of... How big is this guy right now? Ew, David. Ew, David. This guy is 1875 by 3000. So let's see if setting all of our sprites here. I don't know if this is going to work. What do I want again? Oh yeah, edit selection property matrix. Okay. So, oh no, not that one. I selected the wrong ones. There we go. We don't want the flip book in there. We want asset actions, edit selection and property matrix. So now all of our frames here. So now we can bulk change the dimensions here. Can I lock these? Source dimension. You know what? Let's just try it. 1875. Go. Is it just lagging a bit? Oh, no, please don't crash. Uh-oh. Okay, well, let's assume that this thing is just working hard to change the dimensions, and it's not about to crash. I'm going to impatiently click on things, though, just to make sure. Ooh. Might not have liked that very much. It's too many pixels to adjust. This thing can... Oh, wait. Source texture... Oh, no, that's right. Oh, no. Okay, there we go. Froof. Just took a little while. 1875 by 3000. Oh, you know, this might not work. Oh, hold on. What was it? 5,000? Okay, hold on. You know what I need to do? I need to set... I think the height might actually make sense, but I think I need to just do it like a little bit of a calculation for the width. Okay, so if the starting height was 5,000, and it's 1875, so it's 5,000 divided by 2.66666666. Okay, so we want to divide 3,000 by this number, right? That should be right. Okay, so just to make sure that it's, 2.66. Okay, no, that's okay. So 3,000 divided by, what would it be? I guess just like, oh, shoot. You know what? Let's just do a bunch of, it's not going to be perfect math. I can't be bothered to do that. 1125. Okay, that's effectively what it is. Oh. Hello. Did a little bit of math on our own calculator, and now Unreal is very skeptical of this. Do 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 do. Maybe I should have saved first. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Why not? Why can't I sing that song? Oh, it moved. Okay, what did we do? Okay, let's save this right away. Okay, and then what was it? 11:25. That's gonna take a second. Well, if it's in my head forever, then it needs to be in your head forever. Let's take that. It already was. What do you mean it already was? Don't you do this to MD? Not a medical doctor. Okay. I hope this works, because it kind of takes a little while to adjust all of these dimensions. So I'm hoping that I'm doing this correctly. I think the height is definitely the most important thing. The width. Okay, let's try this. The width should, I think, be a little bit more, because what did I say this was? Oh, 3,000. Uh-oh, this probably screwed it up. Yeah. That's what I thought. Okay, hold on. That didn't work at all. Oh, wait. Is it? But okay. I'm just going to do undo for both of those. Is that going to do that pretty easily? Probably not. Shoot. I could probably set this up to test this more effectively, honestly. It's got a big old texture. I don't know what to do with it. Is it going? Still seems to be going. Yeah, this is maybe I should after this one just like adjust one at a time instead. So that I can figure it out. Because what I can do is just create one flip book. Or sorry, a flip book of one frame, essentially, from one of the frames of this animation. Get it to the right size, and then just kind of call her there. Assuming it changes without crashing. Okay, what was it? Was it? Oh, did it start at 4,000? I thought it started at 3. Am I crazy? Okay. I'm gonna hit Control Z again. And see. We'll see from there. Down. 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 Do 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 boom boom. Bum ba da ba bum bow. Bum ba da ba bum bow. Ba 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 ba. Bum ba ba bum bow. Bum ba da ba bum bow. Bum ba da ba bum bow. Ba 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 ba. Bum ba da ba bum bow. Bum ba da ba bum bow. Ba 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 ba. Bum 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 bow. Bum ba da ba bum bow. Okay, there we go. Is that right? Is that 5,000 by 4,000? That doesn't seem right. Oh yeah, maybe it is right. Is it? Is that what it was? 5,000 by 4,000. Oh yeah, no, it was. That's what it was. Yeah. Do. Okay. Why did I think it was 3,000? Because that one is. That's why. Because that one is. Okay. Well, how do I? Okay. So let's set this up. Let's do this clever. We've done it brute force. Now let's do it clever. So we'll just do one of these. We'll create a flipbook. And we'll say this is flipbook char run test. Flipbook char run test. So just one frame, and then we can edit this super easily. So we need to go ahead and open up our blueprints again and change the animation source. We'll go back over there again. Okay. So animation source for the run, we want to just put this to the flipbook char run test. So it's just this frame right now. So if I did this correctly, should be so that now press play, I start to run and it's just one frame over and over the whole time, which is great. It's perfect. Just what we want. So now what I'm going to do is maybe I can edit this. Can I edit this while it's playing? Probably not. Let's do this. And let's do source dimension. So we're going to, oh wow, that takes a little bit to change. Okay. Takes a lot to change no matter what. I see. Okay. Let's just set this to 1875 height. And see what that does. That didn't work. What am I missing? Source dimension, trimmed in source image, rotated in source image, advanced. Oh, can I just like change the scale of it? Is that what I want to do? Do I? I thought I could change this. Yeah, maybe it is going to have to be all the exact same size. I thought I could change it for each animation, but it might be that we need to have each of the animations be the exact same size. Because this guy... Charwalk new. How big is Charwalk new? Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. It's not ideal, but it makes sense. 3,000, 15,000 by 3,000. How many frames are in this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, hold on, I can't see the actual chat there. 1 second. I thought I made the run one to be the same though. What size do you need? You know, I'm gonna check because it might be that I'm just let's see here. Because this is 15,000, right? Details. Yeah, okay, 15,000 by 3,000. So it's 3,000 high. And what did I say the dimensions of the new one were again? Get rid of that. Honestly, we can get rid of that too. The new one... So okay, it's previewing properly. Nice. Oh. Oh, wait, what? Okay. Yeah, you know what? Maybe it is just going to be a matter of, like, splitting this up. Kind of realizing now. Okay. Well, you know what? Let's not worry about that right now. What I wanted to just quickly try and see is if we can get... So here, let's go back over here. Let's put the run animation back to what we want it to be. Like that. And now what we want to do is we are going to see if we can get Photoshop to generate a normal map for us based on a text input that we do. I don't know if this is going to work, honestly, but I'm curious to try. Okay, so we've got our regular image here. Let's go ahead and just copy this into a new document. Yes. Transparent, square pixels. Can you get different? Huh. Okay. Yes, create, paste. Okay. And now we're going to save this as a char run normal map. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Now, generative fill. Okay. I'm going to say recognize. Okay, so I have no idea this is going to work. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there are, what is it? 12? Yeah, 12 frames of the same character. For a running animation. Fill this, or wait, replace this image with a normal map for each frame of the character. Jesse, what color is the cape? Or maybe just like recognizing that the darker section is a cape that is moving as it runs. Dark teal. Okay. Recognizing that the dark teal portion off the character's back is a cape that is flowing as as the character runs. I mean, yeah, just try this, hey? Generate. Is this going to be anything? If this works, it'll be great, but I'm kind of skeptical. So you're going to know what normal map is? Probably. I mean, it's pretty good. It's not bad. Okay. So it hasn't used the character as a reference image. Okay, so use. Okay, how do I delete this? Oh fuck! Now I have to. Yeah, hold on. Okay, good. Faroof. Copy, and let's just delete that. Let's get rid of that. Control all. Generative fill. As the character runs, keep the. Oh my gosh, is there actually no way? There's an actual normal map option. I totally knew that. Obviously, I was gonna get there. Okay, main menu. Filter. Yeah, honestly, I don't really fully understand how the AI thing is integrated into Photoshop. Like, I guess like they have like different places that you use AI to get. But okay, hold on. Filter 3D. I don't see under filter. Oh wait, do I have to create a new filter? That's probably it. Hey. New layer. Or maybe it's just now I wasn't clicked on it or something. Filter. Noise. Pixelate render. No. Sharpen. Other. Wait, stylize? Nope. Other. Jesse, I don't see it. How do I do it? Layer mask. Layer style. How do I add a new... Yeah, they got rid of 3D. Jeez, oh, you know what actually I can do? I can literally search in the menu thing here for normal map. I'll do that. Normal map. Uh, 3D texture editing. Oh, it's a plugin. Oh. Well, that's not what I want, obviously. So there's some sort of... Thing is, I really want it, I'd really rather it be an AI thing to be able to actually look at it and assess what the image is. Oh, users working with 3D are encouraged to... Oh, so am I not going to be able to use it? Is that why? That's fair. Well, I was just hoping that it can actually like look at it to generate it rather than rather than just kind of be like a machine learning thing. Choose 3D. Edit texture in 2D format. Double click the texture on the layers panel. Double click the texture on the layers panel. Okay. Oh, create UV overlays. This is what I want. Create UV overlays is only enabled when a texture map is open. Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna try this. I'm gonna go back to trying this really quick. Generative fill. Generate a normal map based on the figures from this image that seamlessly overlays the current image. Photopea? Oh yeah, look at Photopea. Huh? Generate a normal map based on the drawn figures from this image. Based on the, you know what, character. Generate a normal map. Tracing the drawn. Try that instead. Okay. Photopea, you say? Oh, you just sent me something. Go to 3D. Oh, okay. This thing is struggling. It does not know what it is looking at. Okay. Go to 3D. So yeah, maybe this is something that okay. Yeah, maybe it's something that a different tool will have to do. That is okay. Tell you what though, that was moderately successful with putting in this new putting in the new animation, which is pretty cool. Got the logic in place, which is great. I'm hoping that we'll be able to figure out a way to get the UV mapping figured out nicely for it in the next little bit. And we'll figure out the dimensions for it as well in the next while. Thanks. Yeah. Pretty cool to have the have different aspects of it starting to come to life. Awesome. Cool. Well, let's leave it there. I think that gives us a pretty good chance, a pretty good thing to go through. So, yeah. All right. Well, thanks, Jesse. Thanks for joining. Thanks for watching, if anybody is. And I'm gonna play Portal in a little bit to as like a example of environmental storytelling in a bit too. We're going to try that out for a while. But yeah, otherwise, hope you have hope we have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you later. Let's get this pulled up. Boop. Awesome. Okay. Cool. Awesome. Have a great day. See you later. Goodbye. Bye. 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 Bye.